Hello, everyone. In this video, we will answer 9 questions a lot of tenant buyers keep asking us about our rent-to-own program. Question number 1, how does the rent-to-own program work? Once we conclude that you qualify for our rent-to-own program, our realtor will be looking for a home together with you. We will buy the home of your own choice, rent it to you and grant you the exclusive right to purchase it at a later date. The lease term usually lasts 24 to 48 months. It usually begins on the closing day when our investors officially become its owner, so that you can move in at once. And its expiration date is according to the lease agreement between us. You will love this because it buys you time to save up for a larger down payment, and fix your credit problems if any. It may also give you the time you need to sell another home, and try out the neighborhood before buying. At the end of the lease term, we are obligated to sell the property to you, however, you have the option not to buy. Question number 2, how do we lock in the price of my future home? There will always be a difference between the price at which we purchase the home, and the price at which we sell it to you 2 or 3 years later. The difference will be based on the length of the lease term, as well as a predetermined appreciation rate. When we calculate the price of your future home, we usually use the average annual housing appreciation rate in the area where your new home is. Once this future price is predetermined, it cannot be changed by either of us. No matter the market price will be higher or lower than it when you exercise your option to buy. This way, you will avoid the risk of having to pay a much higher price if the housing market goes crazy in the coming 2 or 3 years. Question number 3, how much do I need to save when I move into the house? Once the conditional offer we place on the house is accepted by the seller, you will need to pay us an amount as initial option consideration. This is a condition for us to proceed with the purchase. We will save this initial option consideration in a trust account, and it will be part of the 20% down payment you have to pay for your new home. It is usually no less than 5% of the predetermined future price of the property. Question number 4, how much do I need to pay every month during the lease term? Once you move into your new home, you will start paying us rent and monthly option consideration every month. The sum of the initial option consideration, and the monthly option consideration you pay us during the lease term, is called total option consideration. The value of the total option consideration will equal 20% of the predetermined future price of the house, plus the closing costs you will need to pay when you make the purchase. Note that the closing costs include legal fees, land transfer tax if you are not a first-time home buyer, etc. The larger the amount of initial option consideration you deposit with us, the lower your monthly option consideration will be. We will save both the initial option consideration and the monthly option consideration in a trust account for you. This is to make sure that 100% of the total option consideration will be available for you when you finally purchase the home from us. As a result, at the end of the lease term, you will not have to worry about down payment or closing costs. All you need to do is to focus on getting your mortgage approved. Question number 5, who will pay for home inspection? The cost of home inspection will be borne by you, the tenant. And your presence during the actual inspection is highly recommended. This is going to be your own home, and it is important for you to know in advance what needs to be done to keep the house in good condition, both immediately and in the future. Question number 6, who will pay for utilities, insurance and property taxes? During the lease term, just like how traditional rental works, the tenant will pay utilities while the landlord should pay home insurance and property taxes. Meanwhile, as a tenant, you will also be required to pay renter's insurance. Question number 7, who will pay for maintenance and repairs? During the lease term, the tenant will be in charge of all maintenance and repairs, including any issues that may be discovered during the home inspection. Question number 8, can I make improvements to the home? Yes, as a tenant you will have the flexibility to make a lot of improvements to the home, but you will need to seek our consent in advance. Although we will be fine with most of the improvements and upgrading you propose, we may say no if you wanted to paint the wall in weird colors such as a combination of dark purple, red and green. Question number 9, what happens if I cannot purchase the house at the end of the lease term? We have very strict screening criteria to make sure we only enroll eligible tenants into our rent-to-own program. If you stick to the credit repair plan that our credit specialist develops for you, obtaining mortgage for your new home should not be a problem. However, things may happen, such as losing your job. Although the probability of these is very low, your ability to purchase the house may be somewhat affected. Since we are private investors instead of traditional lenders like banks, we will need to address issues on a case-by-case basis. Given your circumstances, we may agree to extend the lease term. However, if you cannot purchase the house because you simply change your mind, or run into debt due to irresponsible purchase of a luxury car, you will forfeit your initial option consideration, together with any monthly option consideration you have paid during the lease term. Actually, from the day you move into the house, we will check in with you on a regular basis to ensure things are moving in the right direction. We are committed to protecting you, as well as our investors, by doing our due diligence. It is all about commitment. Although we will do our best to make sure only qualified tenants are enrolled in our program, it is also your responsibility as the tenant to make informed decision for yourself. You may have fears, but these should not prevent you from moving forward. However, keep in mind that you need to know what you are doing, and only take calculated risks. Also keep in mind that one of the biggest risks is missing out on becoming a homeowner when you can. Once you enroll in our program, you are committed to yourself and your family. It is your home, and your future. Remember, we are only a phone call away. If you have any questions, wait no more and contact us now.